Hey everyone, Hitesh here from ET's personal tech team. Now this is a phone that a lot of people have been waiting for. This is the Vivo NEX or the NEX. Now this is a phone, let me see if I can get you a closer look at the outline on the front. It's the first phone which does not have a notch on the top of the display, despite having a full view display that is ultra slim bezel. Here's the outline of the phone, also shows you the fingerprint sensor, which is inside the display. It's a Super AMOLED display. Around the back, nothing much written over here, just they call it the ultra full view display. Elevating front camera, Qualcomm Snapdragon 845, and this is the particular variant. There will only be one 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. So let's go ahead and open this up, see what we get in the box. So here we have the phone itself. I'll keep that off to the side for just a minute. In here, there is a fairly large power brick. This is a quick charge. You have some Vivo branded earphones. There we go. 3.5 mm with some extra tips. So those are the earphones. You got a nice case. It's kind of a semi-flexible case, black in color. There is some basic documentation here, SIM eject tool for the tray, and here is a USB Type-C cable. So that's as far as the box contents go. Let's take a look at the phone itself. At first glance, there's nothing much that's out of the ordinary here. It is a large phone. It's got a large battery as well. It's a 4000 mAh battery inside. Now, if you look a little closely, you can see a few colors sort of refracting from the back glass. Now, that is a special treatment that Vivo has done. It's laser engraved. They call it color diffraction points. There are actually thousands of them. The camera probably won't pick it up. Maybe you can see that the different colors are made up of tiny dots. This is actually where the camera is. This is what pops out. You got the 3.5 mm audio output there, USB Type-C. This is the SIM tray at the bottom, and you got your speaker here. There is power, volume. Here's the dual camera at the back. Now this has 4-axis image stabilization. Dual camera, of course, there is a 12 megapixel plus a 5 megapixel with 4-axis OIS. Now here's what the display actually looks like when it's on, and you can see what the side bezels, the top and the bottom bezels actually look like. Now I thought it would be fun to compare a couple of other phones with the Vivo NEX. So here I have a Mi Mix 2. Now neither of these phones have any cases on, so you can tell the thickness of the bezels. The Mix 2 has slightly thicker bezels on the sides, the top, and of course the bottom. So this was one of the phones that did the notch-free display. But the Vivo takes it a step further by making the bezels even thinner. Now I can also compare it. Over here I have the OnePlus 6. So the OnePlus 6, you can see the notch clearly, and you can tell that maybe the side bezels are roughly the same, or maybe a tad bit thicker on the OnePlus. It's a little bit thicker on the top as well, and the bottom bezel is about the same thickness on both the OnePlus 6 and the Vivo. So really ultra thin bezels there. And probably one of the things you're wondering is, what did they do with actually all of the sensors there, the earpiece there where you take the calls. So what they've done is, apart from putting the fingerprint behind the display, underneath the display, which Vivo has done before actually. What they've done is that they've put the speaker, they've integrated the speaker into the display, so the display vibrates. So no matter which portion of the display touches your ear, the sound will get transferred over there, because the entire display becomes a speaker. And as far as the proximity sensor and the light sensor goes, those have been integrated, again hidden into the display somewhere near the top. So the proximity sensor, when it detects your ear, the display will go off. And of course the ambient light sensor is also going to be working to adjust the display brightness automatically. So the phone is set up now, and you can see the hint of a little fingerprint logo over here. That's actually where you're supposed to place your finger to unlock it. So let's just try that. Placing the finger doesn't always work perfectly, and we've seen this in the past with the other Vivo X21 as well. So placing, unlocked. So that was pretty fast, and it's fast when it works. You have to get your finger exactly in the correct place for it to unlock well. So here's the interface. Now obviously you can have the buttons on the bottom, or you can just use gestures. I've switched it to the gesture mode, which really takes advantage of the screen size here. So you can swipe and hold and you get your multitasking. Over here, swipe up to go back home, and if you are in, let's say, in an app or in the settings, you swipe up from here to go back. You swipe up from the bottom here for the control center, swipe down from the top for the notifications. So that's as far as navigating it is concerned. Let me show you what a video looks like on the screen. I've loaded up a video here. Really an immersive experience with the video playing like this without the notch. You don't actually realize it when you're seeing it with a notch, and it doesn't really bother a lot of people. But here you are looking at the video and it really pops, also because of the Amoled screen. So really an amazing experience to watch video on this. So just a single speaker at the bottom, but it is quite loud and clear for videos if you don't want to use a pair of headphones or an external speaker. So that's as far as our first impressions of the NEX go. Now the price of this has just been unveiled at the time of making this video, and it is a very attractive 45,000 rupees. This is for the 8 GB RAM, 128 GB storage. You cannot expand the storage, but 128 is obviously enough for most users, for most purposes. So and one last thing probably we should show you is how the camera pops up over here. So if you switch on the camera, you can see it pops up like this, and if I switch to the front camera, goes back down. Let me show you that again. Maybe I get a little bit of a close-up, and I switch to the front camera. You can tell a little bit of noise. That noise is actually not made by the camera mechanism itself. It is an electronic noise, so the speaker actually emits that noise. And I'll show you that again. So that's as far as the camera is concerned. It goes up and down in just 1 second, so it's a pretty fast. Quick look at the specifications. It's a 6.59-inch Super AMOLED screen. It's 2316 this way and 1080 pixels this way, so it's an FHD plus. The phone has a nice heft to it as well. It feels really good in the hand. It's 199 grams, so that's fairly heavy, probably because of the really large 4000 milliamp hour battery. And the specs for the camera, it's 12 megapixel f1.8 primary, and it's a 5 megapixel f2.4. The primary has 4-axis OIS. The front pop-out camera is an 8 megapixel with an f2.0 aperture. Vivo has really done a great job with this phone, and the price is really good for the kind of futuristic feel and look that it offers with the screen. So this is really our first impressions. Let us know if you have any comments on this. Interestingly, there is no Vivo written anywhere on. You'll just see the NEX logo over here. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments or on Twitter, and look out for a full review. Thanks for watching.